Hey wonderful people, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel, another episode of a Creed fragrance. This fragrance, if you are new to my channel, you perhaps will think I never reviewed it, and it's a brand new review. Not really. Actually, I did review this long time ago with a black bottle. That was my brother's bottle, one of my favorite brothers, Tutul Bhai from Bangladesh. That was early part of my journey in Bangladesh. So I did a review, Green Irish Tweed by Creed, which I have today, a different bottle. This is the 75 ml version. And this is from another brother who remains as Mr. X, one of my brothers who doesn't like to be mentioned. So yeah, he lent me this bottle and asked me if I would like to review it. So he recently got it from a swap or a deal from a group. And this is a vintage version, like the older version when Green Irish Tweed was like 120 ml and 75 ml, these two bottle sizes, as well as before it got reformulated. So we have the vintage juice. So the black bottle that I reviewed was also, I think, was older batch, but let's talk about this. Let's see an updated video sort of. So Creed, last time I did a Creed review, it was a long time back, like a long time ago I did. I think it was Viking or something new, because I did not buy so many Creeds. You do not buy Creeds every day. So yeah, it's fun. It's gonna be fun. So what I said in my previous review, I was like totally mesmerized. I said I love it. It was very green. If you see my review, I'll put the link below. And I was like totally like lost, because first time you try something like from Creed, I tried think Aventus and Green Irish Tweed. Those my first two Creeds. I liked Aventus, but I was not blown away at first. Even Green Irish Tweed, I liked it, but I was not blown away. I said I liked it, but it's not for everybody. So let's see what you get. So I'm gonna show you some other fragrances that's similar or known to be similar to Green Irish Tweed. I'll let you know what I think about those as well in this video. So first of all, here is the box for 75 ml, older bottles. I think these were available in Perfume World. You'll find these stickers, and it has that beautiful Creed. You can feel these things. It's like sort of like a velvety texture in middle, and kind of like this fragrance is very like old school classic kind of fragrance. It's very mature fragrance. Up there, Creed, and it has that Creed written all over the box. You can feel these. It's not a new fragrance. Most of you know this already. And then, yeah, it's made in France. That's how that box looks basically. And then obviously they'll give you this card of the generations from where it started until like the second generation, I think, or third generation. I think second generation of Creed family. So that's the card. And then they give you this leaflet of Creed. I never bothered to read. So those are the three things you're gonna find in packaging. Bottle looks really nice. Typical Creed. Now it is the 100 ml. They look like this, right? The new bottles that's coming out from Creed, like Viking, new Aventus. All the new bottles are basically like this shape. That's how that cap looks, golden and black. It's very snug fit. Some of the caps on Creed are really not consistent, but this is good. Bottom, you're gonna find some sticker and the batch code. And the juice is kind of like mild green color, and it's a little bit curved at the back, like it's a little bit curvy. So very nice, classy bottle. And when you take it out, you can pick it up, no problem. But these atomizers are very old school fashion. Doesn't have any cover or anything, so it looks like very kind of like old school classic. So let's spray this and see how this one goes. Sprayer on these are really, really huge. Creed, Dior has some of the best sprayers in the world. Now Rasasi. Sprays nicely, effortlessly, gives you a lot of juice. You can spray a little, you can spray a lot. So let us sell down. So this fragrance, let me tell you, from Fragrantica, the notes break down because I forget, because it's been a long time. According to Fragrantica, it has notes of iris and lemon verbena. Yeah, that one I remember. Middle notes include violet leaves. The base notes are ambergris and Mysore sandalwood. It was launched in 1985, I think after 4 years after I was born. The nose behind this was Olivier Creed, sixth generation. So I'm sorry about that. That was just like a oops moment. Okay, so this fragrance, first time I tried it, let me tell you my experience with this. I was really like open to explore a lot of new things. I'm not kind of a person that I stick to similar kind of fragrance, and I like what I like. And I like to try something different. Even if I do not like it, I would like to try it, because learning something new is always fun. So this fragrance, when I tried it for the first time in 2016 or 17, I did not smell anything like it before. So I was very amazed, like the quality, like Creed always kind of, got me, like excited, because it's that house, it's the niche house. Everybody talks about Aventus, such a big house, big fragrance, and this was right up there, popularity wise. GIT is a big hit among reviewers community. First time I smelled it, I was like, wow, what is this fragrance? It's like totally different. There's no sweetness, there's no citrus, even though they say lemon verbena, but it's not like a sweet fragrance. There's nothing sweet about this. So basically what you get is lemon verbena. It's kind of like a bitter lemony sort of feel, but what you really get is like a very violet leaf sort of opening, and it's a very green type of fragrance. Okay, it totally goes to green. It's a very green vetiver, like a big grassy kind of a fragrance. And it's a very Irish, people say it's like an Irish spring smell that you get like when the big grasses are growing, it's raining, what you get the earthy feel, and the definitely background of ambergris. So in the beginning what you get is that lemon verbena. It's there, but it's more green than citrus. Okay, so this fragrance, it has a similarity to many other Creed fragrance that I smelled until now. Irolfa, Millesime Imperial, I would say Viking even has the backbone of it, and maybe perhaps what's the other one? Bordeaux, Portugal. So all these fragrances have that sort of like a ambergris in the background. I guess that's the note I'm looking at. And this one, it gives you that Mysore sandalwood, and what's the other one? Ambergris and violet leaves. Yeah, basically, yeah. So the iris, that iris, usually you think of iris nowadays is Dior Homme, or you think of Prada fragrances, or maybe some Valentino Vumo. It's not that sort of iris. It's a different kind of iris. So basically, very simple scent, doesn't have so much transition from point A to point Z. This particular one, longevity is pretty impressive. It does last on your skin like about 7 to 8 hours. Okay, for a fresh fragrance, that's amazing. But like projection wise, this fragrance is projecting for 2 hours. After that, it's more like it's present around you like other creeds, but it's not really screaming like that. Okay, so projection performance, it's good. 2 hours projection is very, very solid. When to wear this is springtime. I think that's the perfect time when it's raining. It's not mentioned as vetiver, but I'm getting this grassy sort of smell, and it's kind of like reminds you sort of, when you think of Irish spring, you think of Mugler, right? Mugler cologne. Where's my Mugler cologne? It was here somewhere. I keep shifting them. God, it's gone. It's gone somewhere. Anyway, so it's not a soapy kind of fragrance. It's basically very green fragrance, and the violet leaves. It's sort of, if you like Fahrenheit, that sort of violet leaves. Narciso Rodriguez. It reminds me a little bit of that. For him, EDT, Narciso Rodriguez, or Fahrenheit, that violet note, and also Xenia Vumo, as well as L'Homme Libre. So that violet leaves is in this. So basically, very different scent. It's something that you never smell like this if you just started your game. Invictus, Sauvage, totally different ball game. This has some maturity to it. You do not get the fragrance concept right away. I was like not very impressed by it. I never bought a full bottle of GIT. I have my creeds here. I have about 7 or 8 creeds before. I think 7. I sold off 3. I was remained with now 4. My most favorite creed is always Virgin Island Water. You guys know me. I've been wearing that for a long time, and I like Original Vetiver. These two are my favorites. Aventus is nice, but not all the time, and Silver Mountain Water also not all the time. So one creed I really like is Neroli Sauvage. I really love the smell of it. I think that's the best smelling, as well as I think one more Royal Wood, as well as I think something with spices. I cannot remember the name. You guys know which one I'm talking about. So that one is a more their exclusive collection. So there are a lot of nice smelling creeds. They have very different kind of feel. It's Viking is also very, very nice. Bordeaux Portugal is very, very nice, but their fragrances are kind of like bohemian style. It's like old school classic. They will try to do their own thing. On the dry down, you're gonna smell a lot of things in time that you don't pick up me for 2 years. So it takes time to grow on you. Sometimes they never grow on you. So Green Irish Tweed is sort of like a fragrance. It may grow on you. It may never grow on you. It may be an instant love for you, but you really have to test this fragrance for a very long time. I do not see youngsters gonna rock this, especially for the price. This is expensive. Creeds are going for $350, $450 for 125 ml. These big bottles, like the bigger one of this. The new 100 ml, I think it's more like $300, $350. Still not cheap. So Green Irish Tweed. When I'm reviewing this, I'm just gonna show you a couple more. As I told you, you basically got it. It's like a rainy time. Like when it's the cold weather is just coming in, sort of. It's like the rain comes with the chill, and then the grasses start to grow, and then it's kind of gloomy. The sun is gone. I think that's kind of the time, fall. That's the time, or rather like not winter, not summer, somewhere in between, you know. So some of the fragrances, like the most hyped or talked about one is Nuit by Armaf, I think, right? Yes, Armaf. And this was introduced by Steven, in my world at least, and he gave this high mark. You know, I still have some juice left, about 30 ml juice left, and I really like this fragrance. You know, it smells a lot like Grenache Tweed, and perhaps not the closest, but the quality wise, definitely not the same quality. You get sort of similar dry down, but this is not as long lasting as this, first thing. Second thing is, this is very inexpensive. You get for $25-30 you spend, you get a very damn good bargain what you pay for. That's what I'm gonna say. So comparing these two for the price, value for money, definitely this is a good value for money, but doesn't touch, because doesn't have the ambergris note in that you have in Grenache Tweed. Other two that often get talked about are these two I'm remained with. I had a couple more, Cool Water and Aspen by Coty. These two are not exactly Grenache Tweed clone. Some people say this is similar to Grenache Tweed, but it has its own smell, and I would agree, because it has lavender. It does have some other things going on. It's very aromatic, sort of fougere. It has a little bit watery aspect, a little bit green. So I think this is more wearable, approachable, and it's very inexpensive. For 125 ml or 200 ml, you pay like what, maximum $35-40. So that's damn cheap. This is a nice fragrance for the price, still a classic. And Aspen is even cheaper. You can find this in drugstores for $5-10, I guess, and you get 110 ml, 118 ml. I don't know, I forgot. It's 118 ml. Yeah, weird bottle size. This fragrance has sort of like a piney feel, and it has this lot of, I haven't sprayed this for a long time actually. It has the most cheesiest sprayer, and it's very cheap, you know, if you see the neck and everything. But I really like this bottle, you know. This is really beautiful. This fragrance is not very long lasting, but for the price, again, absolute beautiful fragrance, a cologne style fragrance. So these are not really perfect replacement for Grenache Tweed. When I smell it, it has a lot more depth, it has a lot more novelty going on, it has a lot more class, everything going on. But I can see this fragrance is gonna be like love it or hate it, time to understand it kind of fragrance. So as you go in your fragrance journey, you smell about 10-15 creeds, perhaps you'll understand that backbone of it, like amouage fragrances, the house of amouage, they're a frankincense sort of a backbone. So Creed has that ambergris backbone, and I can see, as I told you, Melissa Imperial and Irolfa, these two fragrances especially, I get a lot of similarity in the dry down. I like it, really like it. It's very like a fresh, green, mature, and sophisticated fragrance. Must be worn with suit and tie. I guess that will go perfect, gentlemanly, high class occasion. You smell like money. You're gonna smell like posh. But I would say get a sample of it first. Do not blind buy this. And the newer batches, I'm not quite sure, but I heard they're watered down of Creed. They do that all the time, like Aventus nowadays. You guys know the story. So basically, Grenache Tweed. Overall, this fragrance is a classic. It's not a must buy, in my opinion. Am I gonna buy this? Maybe, but I'm not in a rush. But I like it. I like it as much as I like the other ones, you know. So it's somewhere like, overall, I'm gonna give it like 8 out of 10. I don't know what I gave last time, but it's an 8 for me, given the price and everything. Considering if the prices were not so high, perhaps it would be a 9. It's a solid fragrance, but not for everybody, right? So Grenache Tweed, kind of like a try, not pass, but not must buy, right? So check out Grenache Tweed. Thanks, brother, once again for lending me a bottle, and I hope you enjoy your fragrance, because this is vintage and this is gonna last a long time. You're gonna really enjoy this fragrance. Everybody take care. Tomorrow perhaps we'll be doing the Aqua Fahrenheit. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.